All right. You'll get an email. You shouldn't have gotten this already. And you'll go to manage invitations. And then it's going to let you've been invited. It's going to tell you where you've been invited to. You'll see it right there. It says accept or decline. You'll accept. And once you've accepted, you'll be here. So here we are. I'm in. Okay. Now that I'm in, you'll go to Dovetail Podcasts. You'll click here. You'll find that there's a MCM 370 Spring 2026. All right. You'll click through, and now we have a bunch of different opportunities. There is no published podcast, no scheduled podcast. Don't worry about the feeds. Don't worry about these settings. Your job now is to create an episode. It's going to say that there's missing episode drafts. Don't worry about that. It will always say that unless you create a bunch of drafts for future publication. Just hit OK. We'll call it the first one. And that's the name of the actual episode, not the name of the podcast, the name of the episode. And we're going to call the clean title the first one. Subtitle, our first podcast. And then you give a description, something you think is going to be, eye-catching for viewers, for people who are trying to find something to listen to. And we'll just call it Listen to What We Have to Say. If there are production notes, scales, puts it together. With no one's help. Whatever your production notes happen to be. All of these should be clean. I'm stressing that. You don't need a season number or an episode number. You will put in your email address and name as the author name and author email. You give it a category. Lesson. You can give it a category, news, what have you. Leave these alone. Ad free, house ad free, paid. Leave them alone. No, nothing. You don't need to do anything where adding people is concerned either. Okay. Now we're going to create the draft. Now that the draft is created, we're going to go and click where it says media files. It says incomplete. You'll click there. You'll click here. You'll find where your file is located. It prefers MP3 files. It uploads the file, and then you're going to hit save. Once you do that, it will begin processing the file, as you can see here. Since it's processing the file, you can go back into settings at this point, and you can schedule this as, we'll hit schedule, and we're going to give it a release date, the 24th of March at 12 noon. That's fine. It says it's complete on the processing. You'll hit save, and your podcast is published. Now, let me tell you what's happening in the background. There is a feed that exists right here. This feed is being sent out to Apple and several other places. When a feed, when a podcast is published, it goes from being a draft to being published. And you don't have to make them drafts. You can make them live immediately. Apple, every, maybe hour or so, Apple goes and checks to see, are there any new podcasts for me? And once that occurs, Apple picks it up. We also distribute to some other places. And that would be iHeart and Spotify and Amazon Music, etc. And it will go to those places as well. Right? That's how you publish your first podcast. We'll hit save, and it's ready to go. So if we go back and look at the settings for this particular one, this podcast, let me see here. Here it is. Now it's under scheduled in draft mode. We see it has a date. That's the date it's going to drop at noon. And, you know, this, whatever length this is, you can check it and see it's 2 minutes and 41 seconds of me talking. And that's the podcast. Now that you know that you happen to have a date, what you would do now is begin your marketing campaign. Very simply, you can take with the graphic that you've created for your podcast and some of your show description that you've typed up and go to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever social media you have and say, hey, catch my podcast is coming out on March 24th at 12 noon. And you can post links to it by copying the links. You can go to you can copy this embeddable player URL or this media URL and paste that into your Facebook page or into your Instagram or in your link in bio in your Instagram or wherever you want to place it, Twitter, etc. And then when it's available, when people click it, it will go right to the podcast and play it. So now it's time for you to do that. You all have to take your podcasts. First, obviously, create your account, upload your podcasts into Dovetail, and either schedule them or publish them, but get them done. All right? Happy podding.